Hi, I'm Dave Finch. In this video, we'll be talking about my process for drawing heads and facial features. So let's get started. So I'm going to start just roughing in some heads quickly, and this is the way that I always like to start drawing a head anytime I ever draw a head, because it all really comes down to the basic forms that make up, I guess, a skull shape. So I'm starting with a front view, a cross for the eyes, and the center of the face, and a line for the eyebrows just above the eyes, a line for the nose, which is just below the eyes, obviously, and then the mouth is halfway between the nose and the chin, and the nose is halfway between the mouth and the eyes. Everything's very geometrical, and I'm sure that for most of you watching this, you have some familiarity with the basic breakdown of a facial structure, but the whole point of this is to learn how to give yourself a simple structure that you can turn in space. And being able to create a face from nothing is all about knowing how to treat it like a 3D object in your head. So the more you can simplify that down into something that you can work with, the better off you'll be. And to try and illustrate that point as much as I could, I made sure in all of these examples to limit my features to just simple lines, just to show just how much the actual proportion of the head makes up the look of a face, as opposed to the features themselves. You really don't need much complexity in terms of the features to make a face look correct. It's all about their placement and sizing and the actual skull shape itself. So I'm just going through. This is a 3/4 upward angle. It's always a little tougher for me. I think everybody has angles that are a little more difficult for them. And you can see I'm working with this one a little bit more as a result. And here I'm going to look down at a head, a similar angle to the other one, just kind of the opposite. And again, I'm drawing in the lines for my features, the side of the cheek, and these are all, it's drawing in a very basic skull shape. But it wouldn't really serve me much purpose to draw a skull, because I'm drawing a head with skin on it. So it's it's like a compromise between the two. I always draw a center line all the way around from the back of the head all the way around to the chin, and it helps me line up the features much more cleanly. And here, this is looking at the head from the side, looking up at it. The ear is halfway between. From the side of the head, the ear is always basically in the center of the head. It's very easy for people to draw the ear all the way in the back of the head, which is a common mistake, but the ear is right in the center, and actually the neck comes out of the center of the head too, just behind the chin. It doesn't come out of the back of your head, and that's why I've drawn it that way there. There it is, coming much more to the center, and the main muscles of your neck actually kind of sprout from your ear, just below your ear. And this is a view a little more than 3/4 from behind. So I'm drawing the ball of the actual cranium, I guess, the skull, and attaching the face to it. They're kind of two separate shapes that go together to make up the overall head shape. Again, this is an angle that I don't know that I would struggle with as much as the other one, but at times I really can. And it just goes this way. I think anytime you're drawing anything, that you're going to have times when you're more comfortable and you're less comfortable. That's just the way that it goes. And throughout this video, I think there are other times that that'll be apparent. And I want to mention quickly also that the pencil that I'm using is it's a drafting pencil, which you can get at any Staples even. I use 2H lead and a lead pointer, and a kneaded eraser and just a standard eraser. And I use 2H lead for everything. I know some artists will use a softer lead to put in shadows and a harder lead for other things, and you get more of a tonal effect that way. But because I'm working for inks and for a comic book, I want everything to be the exact same tonality, and I do things with solid black shapes and rendering rather than tonal drawing. So I don't use any heavier pencil at all.